Hello again to another week of Tech News. This week, I want you to strap in because we're gonna go through some pretty spicy stuff, so stay tuned and enjoy. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So first up, according to CPU Z Validator, Asus is developing a new ROG Strix G15, which will be equipped with AMD's Ryzen 9 5900HX Zen processor and Radeon RX 6800M graphics cards. There were rumors on the RX 6800M featuring a 12GB memory, and this site confirms it. So this will be the first time that Asus will be offering a laptop equipped with both high-end AMD mobile CPU and high-end AMD mobile GPU. Now, the reason why we know that this will be the ROG Strix G15 is because of its product code G513Q9, which is the same model that's already being offered with Ryzen 9 5900HX CPU and Nvidia RTX 30 GPUs. Remember the last time Alienware had released any new AMD laptops? Well, we won't blame you if you didn't, because that happened way back in 2007 with the Aurora Mel X. That's around 14 years ago. Time sure flies. Anyway, Alienware is now announcing the latest revision to its flagship gaming laptop lineup, the 15-inch Alienware M15 R5. It was stated that its base configuration has the 8-core Ryzen 7 5800H processor and Nvidia RTX 3060. It can also go up to Ryzen 9 5900HX and RTX 3070. Now, while both the RTX 3060 and 3070 have the same total graphics power level, which is 115 watts and extra boost up to 125 watts, the 3060 surprisingly have a higher base and boost clock than the 3070, with 1387 MHz base and 1702 MHz boost for the 3060 compared to the 1110 MHz base and 1560 MHz boost for 3070. It'll start shipping on the 20th of April in the US, costing at the starting price of $1,793.98 or 7,421 ringgit and 70 cents. Now, you ever wonder why the 450 billion semiconductor industry nowadays has been staggering? Well, one reason, based on Bloomberg, can be traced back to the $1 display chip, or to be more specific, the lack of it. You see, a display chip doesn't seem to do much compared to the other chips that are used to run powerful computers and smartphones. The display chip is only used to convey basic instructions for illuminating the screen of your devices. The problem now is that since the lockdown is in place to combat the pandemic, there has been an increase in demands as more and more people are working from home. A product can't be completed if there isn't a display driver. That's how important, despite how cheap it is. The crisis isn't going to be resolved anytime soon, as a rare winter storm in Texas knocked out swaths of US production, not to mention a fire at a key Japan factory that will shut the facility for a month. Himax CEO Jordan Wu told Bloomberg, and I quote, "I have never seen anything like this in the past 20 years since our company's founding." With all the commotion around the shortage of graphics cards, it wouldn't be surprised if someone would go to extreme lengths to get their hands on them. And that's exactly what happened, as TVB News reported that the Hong Kong Customs and Excise Department busted a smuggling ring and recovered up to 300 CMP 30HX graphics cards. The smuggling was first detected when a fishing boat, which was anchored just outside the Hong Kong International Airport, was deemed suspicious by the Chinese authorities. At 2 AM, the smugglers were loading boxes from the fishing boat to a speedboat. When the cover was blown, the shady men hopped into the speedboat and sped away to mainland waters. A boat chase ensued, but unfortunately the culprits managed to escape. The owner of the fishing boat does not share the same fate, however. The confiscated goods included typical exotic foods such as sea cucumbers and shark fins, to tech products like smartphones and computer gadgets, which includes the mentioned CMP GPUs. According to the report, the lot of tech products is valued at 2 million Hong Kong dollars, or around 1,062,000 ringgit, With the demands for GPUs getting higher by each day, this news definitely does not help. With all this GPU stock issue being said, AMD decided to step up. Well, somewhat. AMD decided to release a limited edition Midnight Black version of its Radeon RX 6800 XT early Wednesday morning, which unsurprisingly was sold out even before most people saw the card was even there. Well, now we don't blame you for not knowing this because the company itself didn't formally announce this. According to video cards, AMD sent out a special notice to its Red team member by email at around midnight, saying that they should be watching out for the card at 6 AM Pacific time. It's unclear how many Midnight Blacks were produced. At press time, 2 buyers were trying to hawk their confirmed orders on eBay, while a third had pulled their listing due to an unspecified error. Now, if someone tells you that it would be a good idea to submerge your PC into a tub of boiling liquid while it's still running, of course you'd be skeptical and confused. But that's the very thing that Microsoft did by having boiling liquid inside a steel holding tank packed with computer servers at the data center on the eastern bank of the Columbia River. The liquid cooling fluids have dielectric properties that make them effective insulators thanks to the engineering work of 3M. Another of the liquid's property is that it's able to boil at just 50 degrees Celsius compared to the water's 100 degrees Celsius. It's revealed that this two-phase immersion cooling reduced power consumption for servers by 5 to 15%. This phase has also allowed for increased flexibility for the efficient management of cloud resources. So, the next time someone tells you that it's a bad idea to dunk your PC into some liquid, just tell them that Microsoft did it just fine. Just don't do it yourself. And that's pretty much it for this week. If you have any thoughts or opinions on any of these topics that we've talked about, feel free to comment on them down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. You'll get notified to contents like this in the future and maybe more. Also follow our other social media pages. We have weekly deals on PC hardware at cost-effective prices. Links down below. And with that said, we'll see you next week for more compilation of weekly tech news. Take care everybody.